Good afternoon, Brian. How you doing, sir? I'm on the wrong scene. Ta-da! Games. Not bad, just hanging. No. Oh god, I gotta do Bertrude's voice right off the bat. Alright, here we go. You approach Bertrude just as she has finished polishing various bottles, flasks, and vials that your fellow exiles have collected during your travels through the downside.
The evidence of thy travails, how brazenly ye put them on display. Ye tempt these lands to swallow ye.
She lets out a long breath.
Nonetheless, these trinkets stir our memories, not merely of these lands, but of the country whence we came. Know, reading one, that we are here because of Sandalwood. We met him long ago, within the southern bogs. He offered many courtesies, and an exchange we found agreeable.
No, I skipped a line.
In exchange, we would boil for him our finest inks. A certain recipe, notorious yet secret. Its stain could never be removed. Oh, but the Commonwealth misliked it. 'Twas then we began collecting samples, the regions of the downside, for Sandalwood was ever true to his word. Long had we studied this accursed place, Black Basin, for the chaos of the deathless tempest, the richness of the bogs of flagging hands, lands so far away, and yet they call to us. If molten Melethe was able to traverse the downside in its entirety an age ago, then surely 'twas not beyond reckoning that we could do the same. Furthermore...
But she hesitates.
It matters not, reading one. Thou hast indulged our tales long enough for now.
She slithers away without further explanation. She seems reluctant to discuss the circumstances of her past with Volfred, yet you sense that she is here by choice. I need a drink after that, holy fuck. Woo! Welcome back from ads, anyone who's been trapped in ads. Hey guys, whatever happened to that Ray you brought in here sometimes, you know? I love you on Frizzy Hair, always handling all the merchandise. I liked her.
Come back when you're gonna buy something.
Though the now familiar surroundings of the Hulk of Horrors made preparations faster than before, the stars are already aflame by the time you and the others are gathered. By the way, folks, we now have closed captioning enabled. You can turn that on with the bottom right-hand corner of your stream interface. The ride against the chastity is commencing soon. Please be ready, madame.
No regarded us.
Shouldn't be a problem. Always good to stretch my wings a bit, besides. You wish them all good fortune in turn. Little else is said, and together you watch the celestial harmony in calm and silence, and await the chastity. So Brian, apparently this game has 200 million permutations of ending according to one of the developers. 200 million.
Or should I say deceiver? For I detect another exile in your ranks.
However, there are only 3 major endings.
That cursed
The rest are all like fairly minor.
I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own? I thought that we were friends. Then fine. Let us return
Hey, we got captions now. We do.
distance.
The adversaries whom you were to confront when instead you had your run-in with Oralek have assembled at the opposite side of the clearing, and their pyre burns bright. Manly emerges from the ranks of the chastity and pulls out the rest of you. Oh, I'm very glad to see you once again, my friends. For as you may recall, the last time, why, something happened to come up, an inconvenience, you might say, a rather frustrating one. We had the most unfortunate encounter with a certain demon, with whom I trust you are well acquainted. Please let him know we harbor no ill will, none whatsoever. The chastity seem all the more determined to prevail against you now after Oralek denied their chance to stand against you last time. Maker's Mantle, how are you doing today? How is Saturday treating you? And Brian, how is Saturday treating you as well? Thanks for stopping by on this unplanned and unannounced stream. Reader, my boy, let us confer for a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And now that I've donned the raiment, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use.
And there he is at last, alive and well. I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth. You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs at
bingo.
sowing chaos shall
Why are Volfred's legs so short? What the fuck?
Now, good evening to you.
I'll see if your limbs are any use. Sus. Look at my little plant babies! Now then, Nightwings, I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together.
Choose now your band of traitors.
Too much Falcon Ron. Oh, I see. The more I use them, or I don't know. Glory's way too low on this guy. I need to sneeze. Syndon, how are you doing today? How was your stream yesterday?
Volfred. Parmetha.
You're okay, and it was good?
Done.
That's good. Prepare yourself, everyone. Are you quite ready then? Well then, let us get this little ceremony started.
Begin. There goes old Bird.
Shit. Oh my god, these jumping ones. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. I am doing A-okay. What?
Banished. Verily.
I am doing good. Although the first voice I had to do was Bertrude, which was like, oh god. Wolfred Sandalwood. Why, it is really you, my dear friend. Is it really you? You must be mistaking me for someone else, Manly. However do you mean? I'd recognize that upright posture of yours from anywhere. I knew it had to be you. Oh, what a glorious surprise indeed. Oh, it's me, all right. But you're no friend of mine, Manly. No more than I am yours. So cut your nonsense and for a change and face me like a proper sap. Oh, to have such spark left in those old limbs of yours. Well, if you want me to be rude, then fine. Let's have it your way, sir.
That manly Tinderstaff has such a mind for politics. Would that he focused on the rights. The orb hath left your clutches. A rather cunning trick.
God damn it.
Bye now.
Nope.
Yes. The orb is loose. Now to the flame. Beauteous.
Touchdown.
Pathetic.
Shit. I didn't mean to yeet myself into their aura.
From burning flame to ash.
Oh god. Kick my ass.
A mere attempt. Oh, boo.
2 more of those.
Absolution!
3 more, I guess.
The orb! A stifled effort.
No, no! Shit. Shit. Good morning, erotic stud muffin. How are you? It's afternoon for me, but good whatever time it is for you. How is Saturday treating you?
Choose quickly your triumvirate.
I was so comfy last night, cuddled in bed lurking. Oh, thank you. That is precisely the kind of environment I try and foster in my streams. Comfy cozy. With a little bit of chaos on the side.
Volfred.
Could be cozy syndrome.
It is done.
Also, folks, at the request of Baker's Mantle, this stream now comes equipped with closed captioning.
Oh, oh, oh. The Nightwing's Pyre is the first to falter.
Oh, this is boding well, I'd say. Oh, yes, indeed. Just keep it up and you'll be handsomely rewarded once I'm out. Of that you have my word.
Banished. A mere attempt.
Shit.
United in banishment. Oh, boo. Was almost cruel. The bog crone dove into the flame.
Good. Ordic says, I'm good having my coffee. I'm nocturnal, so I sleep when the sun comes up. Sounds like somebody else I know. Someone with a green sword icon in my stream.
A shameful outcome.
No! No! I'm undefended!
Rather cunning trick. That one almost got through. Verily,
Verily. God, these guys are fucking kicking my ass.
the orb slips from your clutches. Your exiles shall return ere long. Now to the flame. Seize the orb. All of your pyre weakened.
Dude. I gotta rage. I gotta rage. This fucking dodgeball basketball bullshit combo game.
Sir Gil.
Fine. Deaths by 1,000 cuts it is.
Volfred. Bertrude. It is done.
We await the ancient rites commencement.
Well, I can but try to stay.
Now begin. In honor of the scribes. You'll have to do better than that. Verily.
Wolfert Sandalwood, why it is really you, my dear friend. You must be mistaking me for someone else, man. However do you mean? I'd recognize that upright posture of yours from anywhere. I knew it had to be you. Oh, what a glorious surprise indeed. Oh, it's me all right, but you're no friend of mine, Manly. No more than I am yours. So cut your nonsense for a change and face me like a proper sap. Oh, to have such spark left in those old limbs of yours. Well, if you want me to be rude, then fine. Let's have it your way, sir.
That manly Tinderstaff has such a mind for politics. Would that he focused on the rights. So it is.
Easy.
The Nightwing shall prevail at this rate.
No.
By now,
God damn it.
Bertie. All three Nightwings, poof.
Fuck.
The orbs engulfed.
I messed up.
You are unworthy. Shame. Oh. A stifled effort.
Nope. That's not going to work either. Oh, God.
Choose now your band of traitors. Headwind.
Glorious.
Bertrude. Panata. It is done.
But I cannot try to stay.
Now begin. Banished one and all. Not much force of will behind that thrust.
How a little gentle.
You'll have to do better than that. That's it.
I didn't mean to jump.
You left yourselves wide open.
Okay, I'm gonna have to change my Can I change my stars? I don't think I
That
can.
ought to wake you up. There. Headwind's aim was true. 'Tis taken. Both vanished. Headwind threw it in.
So folks, I'm like super duper dialed in on this one. This is actually a fairly tough match.
Didn't go within the order. Oh. Now take it. Barely. Flung with considerable precision. Yes.
Yeah.
Audacious artery. Shame.
Dirty bastard.
It has gone in.
Hey, Kiki. Oh, nice. No, no! I don't throw it all the way back. I'm a fucking moron.
Onward thus to great.
Hey, Eddie, welcome in. How's your Saturday going?
Someone prevail already.
Oh, nice. Victory at last! Touchdown! Meal time with Dad!
Fail yet again. Although their adversaries put up quite an effort.
Goddamn.
The ceremony is complete.
Why, you dead for my rightful freedom? You obstruct true progress by defeating us.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways. Even a traitor heart like Panatha can learn.
Good a time as any as to say thanks for having me along this strange little journey of yours, reader darling.
The ancient crone called Bertrude.
Thus does our grasp of ancient sorceries grow ever stronger still.
The secrets of the Wild Witch revealed. Until the next rite.
All right. Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after triumphing over the Chastity, despite their best attempt to stop you when Volfred approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands, my boy. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. Ellie and Druid Kiki got McDonald's. Do have a coupon for a free choice burger, so I might do the same. I don't know. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you can continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see whom we shall square against when the next stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. You gaze into the darkness of night. He and I say, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Who do I want to voice next? Do I voice Lendl? Yes, Sir Deluge. Let's do it. Do it. Is this night to understand that we shall soon confront Sir Deluge and the Pyre Hearts once more? Then this is to be a most exciting time. This night's one-time commanding officer, imagine, if you will, a Wyrm without the slightest trace of bravery. Sir Gilman then recants his tale of Sir Deluge's past, and how it is they wound up together in the downside. Sir Deluge, a Wyrm Knight of the Sea Dominion and former ally of Sir Gilman. He lacks the sort of courage for which his kind is known, and yet somehow leads the Pyre Hearts anyway. Some Wyrms born under the Sea Dominion's waters sought life's meaning on dry land. The Commonwealth recognized their chivalrous traditions and soon put them to use. Sir Deluge was just another bit of the frontline fodder in the war against the High-Wing remnants. Yet time and again, he distinguished himself for one simple reason. He would not die. His unusual instinct for self-preservation kept him safe in many battles, and over time he was repeatedly promoted for lack of any real competition. Then, in the Battle of the Spiral Sanctum, when retreat was certainly not an option, Sir Deluge retreated anyway. This was a breaking point, and he at last was sentenced into exile. In the downside, he sought water, where he made contact with Sir Gilman and the other members of his kind. They all saluted him as their superior. The other knights had little choice but to respect his rank. As with the Pyre Hearts, they conduct the rites in the name of their great hero, the Under King Oris, while adhering to their strict code. This knight might not have failed quite so miserably at the Battle of the Spiral Sanctum had his entire regiment not turned in disarray after Sir Deluge fled. Perhaps by confronting his former commander, this knight's own honor may be regained, in part for now. However, this knight must beg your leave. You say goodnight to Sir Gilman in turn. There is no time to make flight preparations now, though in the morning you will press on once again. Oh god, no more Bertrude. I need to drink. Must prepare my throat for this. You find Bertrude asleep, or perhaps in a deep trance, or even you sense nothing from her. Edwin notices as well and joins you to check on her. Haven't seen her like this before. She's barely breathing. She's not responding. He leans forward for a closer look when...
Halt thine advance, knave. Dare thee to disturb our slumber.
I'm terribly sorry, Bertrude. The reader and I, we were just checking on you to make sure you were alright, because we saw you there just now.
And how exactly didst thou see us then, just now?
Well, you appeared to be dormant, perhaps.
Didst thou think that we had simply perished here by chance, crumpled over in our ancient age, barely a weakling, barely clinging to this wretched coil?
No, I mean, maybe. I sincerely apologize for having disturbed you, Bertrude. I know this must be an adjustment, having you around. Having to be around someone like me, and maybe the others too. If there's anything we can do to make your stay more comfortable.
We shall not yield to thy flirtations, boy.
Flirtations? Wait, no,
Know that our hearts belong to another, boy. Thou knowest nothing of our ways, whilst waking or in dream. Thus we advise thee ample caution in thy future interactions, lest we use thee as a subject for our sorceries. However, we do appreciate thy flattery. Thine advances make us feel like a young dad once more. We were the most sought after of our kind within the southern bogs.
Wisely, Edwin remains silent.
Thou art free to depart now, boy.
Edwin turns to leave, but...
Know that we do appreciate thou taking time to check upon us whilst we dream, and know that our stay amongst ye has been comfortable enough thus far.
Thank you, Bertrude.
Thou art welcome, boy.
Despite the oddness of the exchange you witnessed, you sense that Edwin and Bertrude gained a better understanding of each other. Yes. So, what is everyone doing this weekend? I'm sure a few of you, I know a few of you have no plans. I know Makers is D&D tomorrow. I will have Mealtime Junior with me at 7 today. You saw near to the border of the sandfolds where your companions first found you in the downside long ago. There is nothing for you there, and you wish never to see it again. Yonder lies the Ridge of Gold, somewhat less imposing when viewed from this vantage point. Do you not agree, reader? The myths of the downside hold that there is no mere ridge of stone, but the remains of Lord Gandro, once slain by Golgothian himself. Though perhaps such tales are of little import now, when you stand to confront the Pyre there in just a short while. Alright, let's go to Hollow Root, because Pamitha Jimothy wants to take this route. You make a successful landing in Downside Prairie, near the southern ridge of the Downside. Memories of having first met Hedwyn, Judariel, and Uruki come flooding back. You should now have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward to the Ridge of Gull by land. Okay, so now I'm just unlocking appendix stuff. Boring. Your intentions to explore the rolling hills of Hollow Root were dashed when, on your arrival, several of the wagon's strong-willed drive imps escaped. Fortunately, their disposition towards mischief proved predictable enough, and soon all the imps are once again accounted for. However, Pamitha also has a nasty bite to show for it. Blasted little buggers! I'll skewer them one day. You dressed the minor wound, which ought to heal soon, but the incident took much of your remaining time this day and left both you and Pamitha awaiting its merciful conclusion. A messenger imp with news and rumors from the other side somehow tracks you down in the sweeping plains of Downside Prairie. I will say this again. Look at his little derpy eyes. Cute. The imp's message pertains to Ray, who you liberated at the fall of Solium and whose past transgressions have all been forgiven since her return to the Commonwealth. You learn that she was taken in by a well-to-do foster family and was to be given private schooling of the highest order in the Astralist tradition. They promised her that in time she might one day have the honor of teaching the children of the Commonwealth herself. However, she soon went her own way, insisting that the 8 scribes themselves were calling her. She started wandering again, all on her own. That is, until she located Volfred's agents. Thus, her wandering ceased, and the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. Ray also left a simple message. Believe in the scribes. You thank the messenger imp for the report, as your companions gather to discuss. Tizo misses having Ray around, though is pleased to hear she is well. Small in stature was the goodly Ray, yet great indeed in spirit, and even now this knight remains in awe of her. She has the manner of a saint, that one. She knows in her heart the traditions of the scribes.
That one, very powerful indeed. A sorceress of sorts, a certain air about her, most intriguing.
She'd better be more careful, or I'll throw her right back in here with the rest of us. Sounds like she's making a difference out there. I often felt she was the bravest of us all. The news of Ray's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with a newfound resolve. You are filled with determination! Your companions gained +1 hope for the next rite. You bring me brief reprieve from solitude. What seek you in exchange? You know, my lovely reader, I must admit, I did not expect your little followers to be quite so receptive to instruction as thus far they have proved. I know not whether they owe it all to you, or have somewhat more to them than I was first inclined to think. In any case, however, I am pleased that they are not entirely disgraceful. I like to keep my expectations well in check, seeing as I have been thus expelled until the end of time. So it is pleasant when those expectations are exceeded every now and then. Although I cannot quite recall when that last was. But the best part of all of this are these brief times in which you visit me in my domain. I know you cannot for long. This damned crystal in which I am enthralled shall see to that. Though, as you have perhaps surmised, whenever it decides that one of your little friends is worthwhile enough, why, I can offer them a trial, and likewise I can offer you a chat. Sometimes I think as you achieve those trials of mine, perhaps it does something to trim the length of my eternal banishment. Eternity being what it is, however, perhaps not. Still, if the trophies of those blasted scribes are worth something to you, then all you need is to but brave my trials, and they can be yours. And perhaps there's good in it for me as well. Then something changes in her, and she changes the subject. I've likely said too much. I am not to influence you in your use of the Beyonder crystal. It is not there to be tampered with by anyone, including me. Forget what I said. Take care of yourself, then. Ooh, a downberry. I don't know what that is. No! No! Oh, it's a trade item.
Hey, guys. Say, what are you guys doing all the way back down here? You know, it's not so bad here. I was thinking I got some pretty good stuff. I think you ought to check it out.
That flame leech is overpowered as fuck. I love it.
Pleasure doing business with you guys. So,
Downside to these. What? Oh, denizens. How do I read? Well, let us commence the rite. Once more you have returned to the Ridge of Gaul, and your companions stand ready beneath a still night sky, awaiting the commencement of the rites. You overhear some of their words to one another as you await the signal in the stars.
we predict that woe shall soon befall the Pyre.
Let's live up to the Nightwing's reputation there. Just then you observe a glint of starlight that begins to shine above you, and your companions soon fall silent.
The time is nigh, you exiles of the Night Wings. You are returned once more unto the Ridge of Gaul. The adversaries you are to confront shall be the Pyre Hearts. Reduce their pyre to a smolder and step closer to freedom. Now, prepare yourselves.
Oh, I'm preparing myself, alright. I've got to voice fucking deluge in a second. You again! You come to torment us! You almost got our hopes up last time, but not this time! The Pyre Hearts. Let us show them what the Nightwings can do.
Who shall besmirch the Nightwing's name? Sir Gilman. Bertrude. Edwin. Very well.
You can count on me. We are not afraid of you, especially not this night. We're knights. Attack!
Begin.
No!
The path to
Stupid
glory
fast worm knight.
eludes us all at times. Yes. A mere attempt. Oh my word.
Hell yeah.
Both triumvirates are equally as close. A braver than expected act from Sir Deluge. Neither triumvirate is closer than the other. A stifled effort. In the name of Solium Myrrh.
Another most inglorious... Wait. Wrong voice. Another most inglorious defeat is imminent. This knight can feel it in his bone. Ah! That worked.
Sir Gilman plunges into the fire.
One more to go. One more to go.
And it is
Victory! Touchdown, Metal Wizard!
the Nightwings prevail. 'Twas the will of the 8 scribes which kept their flame alive. The rite is complete.
Now then, if you're quite finished making sport of us, then we shall slither away in humiliating disgrace. So, thanks.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. Bertrude's lust for knowledge becomes
The strange designs of the 8 scribes, their everlasting sorceries, are strong within this land, and we shall yet make further use of them, we think.
until the next rite.
Folks, hope you're all enjoying this playthrough and you're having some good chilled out vibes, despite the spooky voice. After you vanquished the Pyre Hearts rather soundly, there's little time for you to rest as yet. The night beckons and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It is already time, O reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. He heads out straight away and you follow in turn. Brian says, I'm enjoying the show. I'm glad to hear it, man. Indeed, among the remaining stars, you see one with which you are familiar, now burns ever brightly. The path to freedom is laid bare before you. Onwards to Mount Elodiel, to free the next of our exiled kin. Already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Elodiel. Picture the rites as a wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably and soon shall stop. Dad being able to read and speak. And soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for someone to go free, either us or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back into the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look back upon their exile with fondness. So returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are those among us to whom we count upon to prevail in the rights. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. And so who stays, who goes? These choices affect us all. No pressure there, my boy. Right. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. Cinderlin says, always enjoy time here. Thank you, Cinderlin. I always enjoy it when you enjoy your time here. You are unaccustomed to seeing Bertrude smiling, and yet there she is doing just that. You soon see why. You have observed before how her manner seems to soften to the degree it can whenever Volfred is around. If only I could have seen their faces then. What was your secret, dare I ask, dear Bertrude? It appears they are reminiscing about old times in the Commonwealth. I enjoy you enjoying my enjoyment. I enjoy you enjoying my enjoyment of your enjoyment.
Flame-resistant inks, sandalwood. 'Twas the inks themselves which kept those volumes from being burnt to ash.
Flame-resistant inks, of course. The good officers who came to visit, they were so intent on burning all the evidence, they did not stop to think the evidence was fireproof.
Alas, that they later found a way to burn thy stamping press, regardless. Thy written words, they moved us many times, and many others whom we knew there in the southern bogs.
No matter, dear Bertrude. What's done is done. At least we made it difficult for them. Is that not so? While introducing some of our fellow citizens to new ideas.
Perhaps.
My words would not have reached near half as many were it not for you, not to mention how I managed to elude them for another decade or so. I am ever thankful for your sacrifice.
Thy thanks shall not be necessary, Sandalwood.
Well, you shall have to take them from me anyhow. Thank you, Bertrude, for helping fulfill a modest author's dream. What's good a stamping press without good ink?
No good at all.
They exchange a laugh at this, but then...
Even still and through this new ordeal, thou hast no love for us. Is that not so?
Bertrude.
Nay, we understand full well. Thou needst not to further explain thyself.
There are different kinds of love, Bertrude.
On that account,
They each remained silent for a while. Our hearts, they cannot be controlled, Gertrude. Blasted things they are. They act well on their own. He puts away his pipe. I am blessed to have you in my life, back in the Commonwealth and here as well. I mean that, although I know that it is not enough. At first, Gertrude does not seem to acknowledge this in any way, but then...
Nay, Sandalwood, it is enough. It is enough.
She departs without awaiting a response, brushing past you as she goes. Wolfred soon turns away, as well, politely bidding you a good evening. The two old friends have evidently managed their way past certain tensions in their long-standing relationship. They rather seem to draw a certain strength from one another. It be ad time, folks. Whee! Go forth, flying wagon. They see me rolling. Excuse me, didn't mean to burp into the microphone then. Once more we sail above the fall of Solian. The temple to the 8 Scraps awaits us at the summit. None have seen the temple, save those worthy to conduct the rites there, and myself, and my counterpart, Celeste. You may then wonder whence it came. The cycle of the rites has turned since the beginning of this age. Over its course, whilst waiting for the cycle's turn, some exiles thus paid tribute to the 8 Scribes. Welcome back from ads, everyone. I think the scribes may not have wanted such extravagance, or the carved effigies to them along the way. Yet, it is for triumvirates to decide how best to honor the rite. They chose to honor them as you see there. How you remember this, of course, whether you even wish to do so, that is yours to decide. The scribes would not want otherwise. Hi, Dad, when is mealtime? Mealtime might happen today at about 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Or we may just play to sale. That ASMR. So breathy, so southern. You make a landing upon Mount Elodiel, where Wolfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Reader, as you know, I now wear the raiment once again. This means that I myself may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. Know, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Stingy says, this is hella sus sounding and Dad's trying to seduce me. Dad's trying to seduce everyone. The entire internet. As long as they're of age. Very important to note that. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on surer footing in their path, my time shall come. Well, Sindlin, I try, but my success is mainly determined by other people. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall of course defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. The Beyond Crystal seeks Bertrude. I sense my lovely reader has returned. Then how may I assist you? My lovely reader. Sindlin says, you're succeeding in some cases, I'm sure. Maybe. Tee-hee. I'm never doing that again. I thought I told you to be gone. She is pushing you away as she did before. Perhaps I ought to cease my services to you if you insist on disrespecting my wishes thus. Would that sound good to you, O reader? Imagine not having access to the loathsome trinkets which I grant you. Imagine those idiots of yours having to get by without my tutelage. I can imagine it just fine myself. I was once a weapon used to kill an emperor. Attempt to kill him anyway. Now I am once again a tool being exploited, soon to be discarded. Go on then, leave me be. Go about your business, and let us pretend we do not know full well how this shall end between us. You need but ask, my reader, and you need but indicate who is to be my student. It's Bertrude time, baby! You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Bertrude. The old bog crone, then. She does have some potential, I should think, more so than most of those with whom you share that little residence. Then let us bring her forth. Soon Bertrude appears in heed of the summons.
We sense that thou hast need of us.
The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, crone. You answer to me here. How very eloquent. May your vast experience exceed your knack for pleasant conversation. I trust that you shall have little trouble here without the benefit of your more communicative friends. Now come. Now come. Damn it. Great. It's going to be big old slow plodding Bertrude versus the fast ones. Why didn't my leap work? No! No, 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 no! Okay, 2 more. They're so vast. Nope. That's a restart. Folks, we've been streaming for about an hour now. If any of you have been sitting still watching me do this, please stand up, give yourself a stretch. Ooh. Hell yeah. Well, that works. Brian says coffee time. Shit. And it says, hey, I migrated from bed to PC. I stretch, kinda. No, come on. Bullshit. Thank you. Are you kidding me? Bullshit! You can see why a lot of people didn't like the gameplay mechanics of this game. Like, the story on this game is great. The interpersonal relationships they're deep and quite wonderful. But the gameplay mechanics are a complete fucking letdown. What? God damn it. Turned around the wrong way.
most contemptible result.
On that, good crone, we do agree wholeheartedly. I wouldn't tell you not to waste my time, but the truth is, my time is there for you to waste. So let me know when you're ready for another such attempt. I guess we can do this. Just got to be a little bit smarter. Got to use my dad brain a bit more. Hell yeah! Dump! By the way, folks, if anyone's listening and they know people who are looking to raid out to someone, please do think of me. Pyre as a category basically has zero viewership, so we're not going to grow organically by playing this game. Hell yeah! Got it.
A simple test, undeserving to be called a challenge.
I ought to fail you just for gloating, crone, but these are not my rules, and your performance was sufficient. Thus, you have passed my test. Congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell.
Good riddance to that mouthy wraith. Show us then what trinket she bestoweth upon us.
You received Melitha's tale for completing Bertrude's vow. Bertrude's block pierced through solid objects. Holy fuck! That is strong. I mean, leeching from the enemy pyre is pretty nice too, though.
Okay.
Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Sir Gilman visit the monument of Golgothanian here in Emperor's Fall. It seems that this knight's test of honor is just beginning to begin. He is to understand the stars themselves are vanishing. Impossible, he says. For how can there be such a thing as honor in this world if the stars themselves are wont to leave this world behind? Soon he is finished paying his respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Golgothanian has shown you favor. So you shall soon ascend the mountain, though there is time to pursue your vocation. Sir Gilman gained 2 hope for the next rite. Of course, we're going all this way. We'd better make the most of it. You illustrate to Headwind some of the intricacies of the rites, focusing on how all 3 in the triumvirate can move and act of one mind. You sense he grasps some of the concepts. Mastery of the rite. This is just a starting point and not a destination, isn't it? A mark along a path. I wouldn't have come this far unless I'd figured that out by now. I can only hope that what I've learned here can be used to help us in some way. lesson, my friend. Giving me a lot to think about. Anyone left to talk to? Nope. We're sending Headwind home. En route to the mountaintop, you pass by a monument to Under King Orez, and Volfred happens to take notice. Orlek, was this somehow your doing, you who cursed the scribes and the stars themselves? I pray for you this time, and if the scribes will for the rites to be ended, then we shall have to work with that. No setback shall be insurmountable. Soon he has finished paying his respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense the Under King Orez has shown him favor. You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of the Scribe's Gate before an archway carved of stone, where stands the Gate Guardian. Greetings to you, Seleas. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned, even as the cycle of the rats begins drawing to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this, softly, for some reason. And you, Tariq, do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you come forth and state what it is that you seek whilst crossing the Scribe's Gate. One by one the Nightwings declare themselves. You all pass through as before. When Volfred takes his turn, Celeste stops him. I see you wear the raiment once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know exactly why, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he who fell from the summit long ago, he lives and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well the contemporary whom you mean, then the Nightwings stand divided. Yes. I used the wrong voice for that. And so I wear the raiments once again, in case that it may help to right this wrong. For I am Volfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Volfred's words for a moment. I see. Then move along. The Guardian of Scribe's Gate regards you all, and then she beckons you onward. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Seleas. What is it, Tariq? The wheel of scribes. Long have we both followed it. I think you would agree. In equal measure, it has drawn us close and separated us. But if their aim now is to keep us apart for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tariq, and at the gate no less. But the lone minstrel simply puts his hat back on. Then may the scribes themselves admonish me. Until tomorrow night, Celeste. Having reached the peak of Mount Elodiel again, you see the vastness of the downside all around you. It leaves you deep in thought regarding which of your companions ought to go free this night, as Ray did last time. Volfred looks up as you approach and smiles. I never thought that I would say such things, my boy, but it is good to wear the raiments in the rites once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides the Nightwings of today, we are a very different beast than the triumvirate which took me in almost a decade ago. Ours was a triumvirate of exactly 3, well, 4 with Tizo, who proved to be an exception, though historically, the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I have mentioned my predecessor Brighton and my former companions Erisa and Oralek. Perhaps naively I had hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt. But seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there is more you wish to learn of them. You ask Oralek you ask about what Oralek was like when he and Volfred first became acquainted. Volfred remains silent for some time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little much for me. It was Oralek who found me. He could not have known of my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you, a gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those, such as Oralek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he said he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sowed in his heart a yearning for an end to all the bloodshed, so he tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the Highwing remnants. It must have gone about how you'd expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front, but when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him to the downside. Here he gained notice of the Nightwings, and before long he grew to be one of the finest rite conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the triumvirate were later filled by Erisa and me. In time, Oralek's own opportunity for freedom had come up. Cindlin needs to restart her PC. It's acting wild. PC's gone wild. So that with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. Volfred breathes a heavy sigh. He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone, and now I still cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan, not by Oralek or anyone. As I have said before, we share a higher calling now. As for Oralek, he wants his freedom still, although I wonder if he still remembers why. Anyway, was there something else, my boy? You inquire about Brighton, who you understand was liberated prior to when Volfred first joined the Nightwings. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now. Though for that matter, my boy, so do you. He studies for a reaction for a moment. Wait, am I Brighton? Then... Brighton was born wealthy, but not special. Otherwise, you would have no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled for negligent misconduct. I did not know exactly why, and do not care for spreading rumors. I first heard of him through Erisa and Oralek, who found in me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Oralek gave the impression they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me I would soon hear from him myself. Indeed. Oh. Brighton is the voice. As I became accustomed to the book, which you know well by now, I soon began to hear the voice. Volfred looks at you, as if to see if you yet take his meaning. You see, my boy, after Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility to the triumvirate which liberated him. The voice you hear went from time to time, whensoever the stars align. It's his. He is no longer Brighton. He is now none other than Archjustice Androboles IX himself, the Grand Judge and figurehead under whose watch the Commonwealth is governed in this day. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens to their old triumvirates. They have much to thank them for, not just their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth, they do not wear masks and raiments simply for the sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public pasts are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton, they were once exiled too. Brighton, that voice. He has no love for either one of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do, yet he is bound by the traditions, rights. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain. But I think he knows deep down that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exiles, such as we. Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's a path you wanted to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else should we talk about? You ask about Erisa, who you understand betrayed Oralek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer Pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my boy. But I suppose you ought to know something of Eris's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuses for the terrible choice she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Erisa had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face, such was the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in battle on the blood border, despite wielding their father's own lance and armor. Her father never quite recovered after this and had grown cruel and detached. It was Erisa who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day, it was all too much for her, so when he next lashed out at her, she struck back. She struck back again and again and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cast into the downside for the crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Erisa was always intense in her demeanor, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for the High-Wing remnants a great siege engine that could shatter the defenses of the Commonwealth and forever end our feud. What she ultimately did to Oralek, it was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think it was simply evil, nor do I think that it was personal. I often wondered, though, if, in her final moments in the Shimmer Pool, she understood what she had done and the depth to which she had fallen. For years, I must admit, I hated her, but now my only hope is that she found a peace untenable during her relatively short life in the downside and the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Erisa offers some perspective yet to those of us who have not made the same mistakes. Now then, was there something else? Oh damn, this story has gotten real heavy real quick. You bid Volfred a good afternoon and leave him with his memories. My pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much farther we have yet to go. Chima Liba.
Hey guys, so I don't know what's going up there with all them stars all acting real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna find a better deal on all this stuff from anybody. I mean, anybody in the downside.
You can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So go ahead, stock up.
So, me seeing you guys.
Let's quickly peek at these pages. More terms for the appendix. Once more you have gained the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free, but you shall have to prevail against the dissidents in the liberation rite. Reader, your companions are gathered there under the fall. They shall be counting on you. Indeed, as the cycle of the rites turns ever faster, so too is our plan set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of a stir out there, and word has reached high places that the rites are ending. This is our chance, though let us not despair should victory elude us here. We shall make the most of whatever the scribes may have in store for us. That is to say, good luck, my boy. It is time.
Once more, the Nightwings gain the summit of the sacred Mount Aladiel to conduct the liberation rite.
Aladia, that's how it's
Even
pronounced?
as the stars themselves abandon you. Make good upon these final opportunities, reader. This glorious age-old tradition coming to an end upon your watch. I trust the dissidents, your adversaries, shall not throw away this chance. Choose now who may go free, should they unfortunately fail.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirate is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the dissidents, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversary
the Nightwing.
Barker bursts out from some hidden corner laughing as he pours his mask. A real pleasure to be here, mate. It's truly Barker Ashpaws. Call me Barker, alright? By the by, it was a real pisser getting here, you know?
Begging your pardon, Barker Ashpaws, you thusly speak upon the summit of the sacred mountain.
Oh my, so terribly sorry to offend you there, lassie. I forgot we got up the stars above there to maybe watch my language. Now let's get one thing straight, lassie. I don't give a bother for your sacred mountain, so you take it and you shove it. Me and my pack, we're here just for the laughs, you got that? The other side ain't any better than this one. We ain't interested in your freedom. But just the same, we're gonna take it. Take it from those wee little babes, they're so antsy for it. Hear that, you Nightwings? You better put up a good fight, or I ain't gonna be happy, you understand? Then he shoves his mask back on. Right, come on then. Let's hurry up and get this damn thing started.
Nightwing, your decision on whose behalf we shall conduct the liberation rite. Reader, I would ask you to choose wisely, but I'm sure you know no other way. And you, prepare your song to read. Of course, the latest.
Whom do you intend to liberate?
Who do we think, chap? I don't really want to let Gilman go yet because he's really useful in the rights. we're going to send Hedwyn. This is my shot, not to go free, but I can't just leave the rest of you.
Who shall be at his side? Bertrude.
We shall lend our support to that one, then.
Sir Gilman.
Such an honor is it for this knight to strive on the behalf of the good Hedwyn.
The choice is cast.
All right, then, mates. No more waiting, no more holding back. Let's rip him to shreds. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Holy fuck. They're so fast. Jesus fuck. Shit. What in the? Alright, mates. Something's gone right funny with that orb accident, as I can tell. Better laugh it up while we can. Where I still can, eh? Indeed, something strange seems to have happened to the celestial orb. It shudders now as though possessed of the same chaotic power as your adversaries. What? Damn it. Easy. Come on, Headwind, you can do it. Ah. Where the fuck did the bull go? Did I just bug it out? Where's the fucking bull? There it is. Alright, you can take that head. Yeeted that thing into fucking orbit. Victory!
At last,
God damn, Headwind's got a crazy long throw.
proved their worth. Their adversaries they defeated utterly. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
What a joke! Here I was thinking we were going to make him cry after all this. Come on, mates. I've had it with this stuck-up place. So let's get out of here already, eh? Sure as the gain dial on my microphone was jammed all the way up. Whoops. We did it. Then I guess that means I had to go. I broke my vow to him that we would all go free together. Reader, my friend, why would you do this? Will you ever forgive me? Mikani, wait for me. Wait for me. He remains silent for a moment longer, then... Listen to me, all of you. I will not forget. If there's anything at all that I can do back on the other side of the rest of you, then I'm gonna find it and I am gonna do it. And at the very least, I will do everything I can to make sure that by the time more of you come join me back at home, that'll be a better place for all of us. Look, I don't have long now, so just thank you, all of you. I won't forget this. Then he plunges out of sight into the shimmer pool. His voice is audible, but growing faint. It's happening. Goodbye, my friends. Reader, everyone. Goodbye. Until we see each other.
Godspeed, Hedwin. The 8 scribes are watching from afar. By their grace, may the cycle of the rites keep turning for as long as possible. Until the turning of the stars, farewell.
You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the dissidents in the liberation rite.
The Judas result.
Perhaps this knight too may regain his honor. You succeeded in liberating Hedwyn, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We have but a few such liberation rites remaining. Exactly how many I do not wish to speculate about as yet, until such time as we can better say for certain. Under no circumstances would I suggest this is ideal. However, it is opportunity enough that our plan may as yet succeed. Although all of these setbacks, I fear. Wolfred trails off and falls silent. Am I winning, son? I did just do a winning. Edwin has returned to the Commonwealth. Some of the others exchange looks. How's it going, real good girl? They are beginning to understand. With the rites soon ending, everything which Wolfred has sought both on his own for many years and now with you all of it may have been in vain. The hush spreads to the others, but not to you. You then proceed to do something that none of them seem to expect. You raise your voice. Each of your fellow exiles turn to you, their expressions asking you a question with no easy answer. What are we going to do? Yogoga says, I just had a moment of pure panic. I was putting my scissor away and stabbed the side of your monitor. How do you go from putting something away to then thrusting it into something? I know, you can go from putting something away to thrusting it inside of something, but that's a different conversation for a different time. The jars next to your monitor? Oof.
Daddy, chill.
Chill. Sindlin comes out of the woodworks with my sus comment. As you meet Sir Gilman's gaze, the words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. Oh, neat. You tell them that you have all stood together time after time throughout this quest. And think only a hollow fool would turn back now? No. Are poised to see upon a glorious opportunity? Yeah. Your path to freedom is laid bare before you all. None of you pursue this quest without any guarantees. This is a quest you all knew was unlikely to end well. One cannot assume that it would have a happy outcome. Yeah. But something far more vital is at stake. See the imminent conclusion of the rites as a sign? No. The disappearance of the stars above can be no accident. It is a sign that the world is changing. You all stand poised to ensure the world you leave behind for your loved ones. For each other. Is a world worth living in. If you can believe any of this, then believe above all in each other. Trust that you may yet prevail together. Let us stand together. After a brief period of reflection, you share one last sentiment with the group. Let us stand together now and always. Then you join the others in silence. Thus do you remain together with your thoughts. No one speaks for a time, but then...
Thou wouldst dare to change the ancient world, reading one, and yet thy words are tinged with certain truth.
Tizo vows to stand with you, no matter where your quest shall lead. May long stars remain light for you, reader, sir. All the while, Volfred remains watching you intently. Then his expression softens, and he smiles. You are right, of course, my boy. We are the Nightwings. It is precisely as you said. Let us stand together now and always. Lead us then, reader, to the end of our quest and the dawn of the new age for all our kin. Everyone for the Nightwings! Everyone responds in kind. They stand with you no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury because now the last rites beckon. The stars above now burn with what appears a desperate fury, many more of them than usual. The path is yours to choose amid a myriad of stars. Oh, damn. The stars of the eight scribes. They shine together now as one. The lone minstrel draws a breath as though surprised by what he sees. He backs away and averts his eyes. This is another sign the rites are soon to cease. Few chances yet remain to confront the adversaries you have met during your journey. Two rights till the next liberation. God damn. Still only 68%. Fuck. Where? The Tempers, there they are. Again we are to face the demon Ignarius and his brutes, the Tempers. He is living proof of how the rites favor raw strength of will and body. Volfred then offers you such details as he knows of your next adversary. Ignarius, a long-time resident of the Downside, as evidenced by his appearance, the strongest of the Tempers, he has waited years to earn his freedom. Born to a middling Commonwealth family, he got into trouble early and often, but found his calling in the Commonwealth's not entirely legal red light district. There he took many jobs, mostly involving his sheer size. Most notably, he was a bouncer at the Starry Eight, an infamous tavern in the Commonwealth, where he came to symbolize his reputation. One day, a particularly belligerent guest got under his skin, so he gave him a tremendous thrashing. The club clientele all gave a cheer. However, this guest turned out to be a wealthy chamberlain, who then exploited his connections to have Ignarius arrested and then exiled. This was 14 years ago. In the Downside, Ignarius dropped his name, his given name as is sometimes the custom, and survived alone through his tenacity and strength. In time, he drew the notice of the Tempers, who revealed to him the rights and recruited him into their ranks and let him work his way up. Now at last, it is his turn. Ignarius struggles to return to a place that wants nothing to do with somebody like him. He should never have been exiled. Anyway, my boy, I'm off to rest. You wish a good night to Volfred. Your travels shall continue at first light. Once more you have returned to me. What is it, reader? Why are you doing this, reaching out to me again, like this? I have been abandoned in this blasted rock more times than you could count, reader, and each time I have laughed it off like so. Ha 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 ha. I fear it will be different this time. Before, I knew that someone else would come around and pick up where the previous idiot left off, but now... She scoffs, then falls silent for a time. When it seems there may not be a next time after this, if what I am to understand about the stars out there is even a half-truth. So then, I can anticipate an eternity of utter solitude without even the blasted right to keep me company. Understand that while I may be apparition in a glass to you, I yet retain a shred of self, and do not happily foresee that outcome. And yet, you keep on coming back to me like this. If this is all in service of a torment, then you are most cruel, O lovely reader. Commendably so, I have to say. So then, am I to understand you wish to spend more time with me thus, knowing full well that the stars are soon to put an end to this little affair? As if in answer to the question, you feel what seems to be the Beyonder crystal itself. The Beyonder crystal seems to be pulling you away. You focus your mind and remain where you are there with Sandra in the confines of the Beyonder crystal, and remain there with her for some time. No words need to be exchanged between the two of you, and in the darkness there, for once, she does not feel alone. Soon enough, however, she bids you to depart. You shall leave those idiots of yours listless if you remain here too long. Be gone already, and let me know if you have need of me. I shall be here if you need me. Oh, poor little crystal lady. Following Hedwyn's liberation, you find Volfred smoking at his pipe, his eyes averted. He looks up and smiles as you approach. Hello, my boy. Excellent work back there. Thank you for your perseverance. Though I was just reflecting on how very fortunate I've been in all of this. Not just me, but really all of us who had a chance to stand with Hedwyn here. Ours is admittedly a somewhat desperate plan. It was vital to me, should the Nightwings rise again, that it be under proper care and guidance. I was just thinking how well Hedwyn served in that capacity. Whatever is to be the outcome of all this, no doubt that his presence shall be missed. My agents and I, we were unsure of him at first, a common boy like that, completely unacquainted with the rites. But in the end, I felt that he was worth a shot. Someone like him, sincere, determined, with loyal friends and desperate to get home. Those qualities spoke volumes. Then he falls silent for a time. I have every faith that he shall strive on our behalf now in the Commonwealth, and it is my hope that he yet finds the one he sought. You and Volfred speak little more of Hedwyn for now. You are left wondering what shall become of him in the Commonwealth. There is no time now to return to Moonlight Alcove as before, as the stars already urged you on. Everybody is ready to make haste for the cairn of Haub. Volfred approaches as you fly above his hidden lair at Moonlight Alcove. You cannot help but wonder if you shall ever return there. Our dear alcove. I've asked my agents to break down the place. It shall soon be gone if it isn't already. We shall not be returning. We've not the time to do so anyway, and with Aurelek back among the living now, and no longer fond of me, I dare not think what he would do with it. Unfortunately, hiding places are of little value once they're found. Once all of this is over, those of us that do not manage to return, we shall have to find another place to live. To try to live, at least. Any more points of interest over here? Nope. I wish to pursue vocation. Actually, let's see if we can talk with the crystal some more. Leave me alone, reader. I'm in no mood to talk to you at this time. She's concerned about something, but cannot sense what, and she refuses to say. I see little need to keep blathering about to you, as once I did. I should not have let you in. Begone, my services are yours, but this place is my own. Come visit me again sometime when you need further practice. You volunteer to survey the stark badlands around the Black Wagon, together with Sir Gilman and Volfred. Ah, my good compatriots, the Master Reader himself, and Volfred. I'll be off then. The search turns up nothing much of note, though wandering with Sir Gilman and Volfred provides reprieve from a long day on the road. Together you return to the wagon in somewhat better spirits. You should have time remaining with which you may pursue your vocation. Training time! Train all the people. Certainly, I would appreciate your point of view. You sit down with Volfred to go over some of the subtler aspects of the rites, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. You sense he is beginning to understand. It has been a while since my last outings in the rites, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. Damn, Volfred's pretty damn good. Banishment as failure is a time for careful introspection. Stop the wagon, now. The Black Wagon has shuddered to a stop en route to the cairn of Haub. There is some commotion as Volfred motions for everyone to be still. There, ahead, seems we have a visitor. He points into the distance. However, when you scan the horizon, everything is still. You see no sign of whomever Volfred refers to. Still, he indicates caution. I am certain that I saw someone directly on the road. A tense moment passes, then another. Then Volfred tenses up. There he is. Look there. You look towards where he signals, and then at last you see the cause of his concern. There is no mistaking who it is. Aurelek stands there, near motionless, atop some forgotten rock jutting from the barren wastes, a fair distance away. He stands directly on the path of your Black Wagon, yet he shows no sign of acknowledging the wagon's presence. He appears only to be waiting for something, likely for you all. Volfred gets your attention, quietly. Well, my boy, I'm open to suggestions here. Aurelek likely hasn't come to pay a social visit. Let's hail him. There has to be a way to reason with Aurelek and bridge the differences between him and his former triumvirate. Perhaps he has come to negotiate. I am uncertain Aurelek is willing to be reasonable at this point, after everything he's been through, though I am hopeful you are right. You give the signal for the drive imps to start the wagon and head toward him. But just as you reach the point where Aurelek once stood, he has vanished. Surveying our strength, perhaps, His motives are plain, but his intentions unclear. Indeed, Oralek is nowhere to be found now. The unnerving encounter causes everyone to fall silent for the remainder of the trip. Your wagon finally arrives at the cairn of Haub, where there is still no sign of Oralek or your next adversaries, for that matter. Your companions organize a quick search about the premises, leaving you to watch the wagon until the rites commencement. Something is wrong. Someone is here, alone with you. Oralek seems to be examining various objects in the wagon. Whether he has noticed you, you cannot tell. What he is doing here and how he got in unnoticed, you cannot imagine. You watch him go about whatever he is doing, examining all sorts of things that you and your fellow exiles gathered on your journey. He shakes his head.
All of these trinkets. This wagon is
Most different now. Welcoming, and yet I unwelcome. It seems in my own wagon. He directs his gaze at you, acknowledging your presence for the first time. You, a mere shadow. Tell me something. Who are you to them? You tell Oralek that you've traveled all across the downside with this group and count them as your trusted friends. It is a different group now than in his day. A friend, is it? Beware, for the Nightwings do not always treat their friends with all due charity. Relay to them a message for me, Shadow. Tell them I shall have my night. He strides right past you toward the door, but then he turns to you again once more. I shall have my night. Then Oralek is gone. Ooh, that's fun. Little bottle of light. What brings you to me this time, my dear reader? How very kind of you to visit me again like this, oh lovely reader. For I was just standing about in the blackness of this void thinking it would be most pleasant if something were to happen for a change. There was a long period of time that this incarnation of mine failed utterly to do anything but bring me peace of mind. Not much of a punishment. I invite you to imagine an upbringing among the sisters of the Arch. Living on the outskirts of civilization, your days are all full of training which could kill you or just cripple you for life. How do you suppose I lost my sight? Through a glorious battle with the scribes, or in a careless sparring session with my master? Ah, but I've not forgotten enough just yet. In any case, at first I welcomed the prospect of not having to struggle every moment to survive. But in less than 2 centuries, why, I started to grow terribly bored. It did not help at all that the Nightwings of the early days were the stodgiest lot you could imagine, obsessed with obeying the book as strictly as they could. Some of them started to remind me of myself, I think, when I was young. Such idiots, the lot of them. Ah, but what am I saying, lovely reader? I shall not bore you further with such matters. I would have bored myself to death back then. If only I could die. Like so many other things, I think mortality is something oft taken for granted, until it is taken away. So But given your mortality, what say that we get back to business here? Let's do this all again sometime. Several of your companions return as you exit the wagon. You explain what happened. However, none of them saw Orelek. I believe you, my boy. Orelek, he is unwell. It is good you did not come to harm. Now, let's make sure the same can be said of the wagon. You and the others conduct an exhaustive search in and around the black wagon for any signs of objects missing or tampered with, as well as signs of damage or foul play. The search yields nothing. No one finds any sign that anything was moved or tampered with. Even the drive imps seem calm. The incident leaves you questioning your own recollection of what happened. You try to clear your mind, for the rite is soon now to commence. Hey guys, come on in. Say now, whatever happened to that smiley headwind guy? Did he really get out of here like I've been hearing, or what? Appreciate you doing business. And you guys be sure to tell all your friends, okay? As the sky above the Cairn of Hope darkens, your companions watch in silence and await the commencing of the rites. Pamitha speaks up after a time. Never ceases to be awkward waiting around like this. Now everything is ready and the stars begin to shine once more, precisely as foretold.
Reader returns, along with his remaining retinue of miscreants. You managed recently to rid yourself of yet another one. Your adversaries, the Tempers. As with you, they must be very desperate for their freedom. They shall not make it any easier from here.
Look who wants a piece of us again. It's the damn Nightwings. Here to knock us down another peg or two, I guess. Well, at least you got all curly horns out of this dump. I gotta give you that. One look at her, and you knew she was too good for this place. Though maybe that ain't saying all that much. And if your Nightwing see her again, you tell her something for me. You let her know, Iggy, says I. You let her know. Not that she remembers some dumb lump like me. Then Ignarius shoves on his mask. Alright, Tempers, let's give it to him like we still got a chance.
Who shall it be this time? Bertrude. Sir Gilman. Pamitha. If that is all of them.
Oh, I'm ready for him. Alright, you damn Nightwings. Let's see what you got.
Commence. How comical. Your
Little
enemies are the
bastard.
first to strike. Such chaos. Beauteous. There. Your pyre weakens.
One more bit. See that, Nightwings? We still got a little fight in us now, don't we?
Good. Glory to the scribes. Oh. Be gone.
Crap.
By the scribes. Oh.
No. No.
Now to the flame. All of the Nightwings banished.
Oh, shit.
Banished from this place. Fear not the purifying flame.
Hey, Darius. Stopping by. Have a great nap.
Two triumvirates are neck and neck. To each his own. The Worm Knight somehow did it.
I've been getting some good rest, Darius.
Closer to achieving it.
Take care of yourself, man. Heck yeah. Don't.
Fire of resolve.
One more to go.
Now end the ceremony. Banish
Hell yeah.
and it is done. The Nightwings prevailed. They proved superior to their adversaries. The right is ended.
We, the Timbers, we were damn unstoppable. But this again?
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
This knight is the epitome of indomitable spirit. He has achieved the culmination of his training. How wonderful a feeling having nothing left to learn, Master Rita. Nothing whatsoever. This knight highly recommends.
The might of the sea sojourner. Apparently, the exile Bertrude is committed
This
to the
land,
path.
so rife with eldritch knowledge, long forbidden in the Commonwealth, we learn the stuff of fear itself.
And less damage or 5 more damage? 5.
Begone now from my sight.
Back at the Black Wagon, you find the lone minstrel examining your fellow exiles after they secured victory over the Tempers and the Right. It is plain that none of them look well. The lone minstrel notices you there and turns to you. Raider, the faster turning of the cycle of the rats has put a strain on everyone. We have multiple cases of banishment sickness this time. It is fortunate that your other companions are available to conduct the coming rite, because I fear that this group here requires rest. Howdy, howdy, rusty fucks. You having a fucking great weekend? You bid Bertrude a swift recovery, and she nods weakly in response. You exchange a look with Parmitha, who seems exhausted after the last rite. As for Sir Gilman, it is clear to you he wishes to be left alone right now. You leave the lone minstrel to look after him, and turn your attention to the stars that remain shining in the dark outside. Your week has been relaxing so far. It's great to hear, man. Mine too. Mainly because I've just been playing Pyre. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. It's really a shame that they decided to build the gameplay, the main gameplay mechanic, around like dodgeball, basketball, because the story is so intricate and well written, and it's got such a cozy vibe to it. But the gameplay mechanic is just something I'm just forcing myself through because I like the story, and it's why this game really struggled to get a good reception. You gotta go harass the rest of Twitch? I hear it. Go say hi. Appreciate you stopping by to say hello, though. The Fates. Very well then, reader. Once more you shall face Dalbert in the fate when next the stars align. We may set course for the hulk of Oris at dawn. For now, please get some rest in the remaining dark of night. Ooh. The fallen empire of Shah was ruled according to an ancient bloodline thought to be infallible. Our society shall instead be by those who earn the privilege. We the 8, we cannot bear the burden of determining your worth. It shall be determined by your peers and by you yourself. We shall provide a framing through the rites to put you to the test, against yourselves, against your kin, against your adversaries. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus, freedom to the worthy. As the worthy, your true calling then begins, as you return to a society which longs to learn the wisdom you have gained along the path. The worthy shall lead. I can sense you out there somewhere. What is it that you want? No, no. Shit. Didn't want to practice right. Just wanted to talk. To the wagon! Yeah. And on we go. Okay, Tizo seems enthusiastic about that route. Volfred suggests we can do that rotation. Rotation. Let us train compatriots. You called for me, lovely reader? Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I've been imprisoned here? You guess Sandra could have been in her current state of exile since well before the dawn of the current age. At first, she shows no indication that she even heard you. Close. Soon enough, I shall be getting there. I have been imprisoned thus for 837 years. According to my count, at least. It is possible I have lost track, although, given my state, I can assure you that I have had ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. I expected my own death regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this. Certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long that it has been. Although enough of that for now. Let us get back to business. Come visit me again sometime when you need a further practice. A foreboding feeling stuck with you since your arrival in the immeasurable depths of Fathomless Trench. Some of it spread to the others in the group. Tomorrow is another day, but for the time, we'll have to ride this out. Tizo does not like being here right now. You decide to focus on pursuing your vocations until the Black Wagon is ready to move on. More training. Fine then, let us chat together for a spell. You and Pamitha spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of the aura. You sense she gains something from it. I hadn't thought of it quite that way, reader darling. Can I talk to the orb some more? A visit from my favorite reader. What is the occasion? Nope.
You are nothing, reader.
Fuck you, voice.
Nothing but a mindless simpleton. Your every action is a stain upon the legacy of the 8 scribes. The rites have been a long-held secret to keep out those such as you.
Eat shit, voice. You wake from what little sleep you managed this past night. Once more, the voice tormented you within your dreams. You attempt to rid your memory of it. If the voice is truly that of Archjustice Androboles the Ninth himself, more like Angobaldes Nazis himself, as Volfred indicated, then none of you are likely to receive too warm a welcome should you regain your freedom.
Wingardium Leviosa, how about you shut the hell up? Avada Kedavra, Avada these nuts.
That's all I gotta say to him. Here in the boundless waters. Hey, WM. Good job, imp. In the Sea of Solace, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors of the other side. This time the news pertains to Hedwyn, whom you liberated at the Ford of Solium. You learn that Hedwyn returned safely to the Commonwealth, where he was clothed and welcomed, his past transgressions all forgiven. He was to be groomed for a leadership position of his choice, whether on the council or the blood border, each equally as lucrative and secretive as well. However, he refused, and before the stunned council members could do anything about it, he left them. He since made contact with Volfred's agents and is working together with them. Thus, the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. Per the messenger imp custom, the last part of the message was transcribed from Hedwyn word for word and says, "Keep going. I'll see you here." You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Soon your companions are all abuzz about it.
May that boy's spirit infect the lot of ye as would play.
I wonder if he'll ever find the one he fell for. Well done, Hedwyn, my boy. I knew you could do it. Tizo is happy to hear Hedwyn is well back in the Commonwealth. A glorious example Hedwyn sets for all of us. The news of Hedwyn's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with a newfound resolve. You are filled with determination. Ah, my best friend in the world, come to visit me again. Does it make you uncomfortable, perhaps, that I should call you thus? Perhaps you think that you do not yet know me very well, but I know you just fine. You reveal a great deal to me when you come visit me like this. You are not the only one who can sense things in others, you know. She laughs to herself. One learns to read a bit when forced to suddenly appear within a book for 837 years or so. Especially if one is wont to pry a little, you understand, where it gets rather boring here. I know all about you, a common wanderer who simply wants to see his quest to its completion, only to end up spending all his time talking to an apparition stuck in a stone. Oh, I know about your loves or lack thereof, about your favorite pastimes, certain habits you may be somewhat loath to admit. Fear not, of course. I use this special knowledge only as a means to entertain myself, I think. And if you don't like it, why just keep your distance, like so many of your predecessors. As for the other Beyonders, they are as wraiths to me, as I must seem to all those idiots with whom you consort. I cannot confide as easily in my own kind as I am able to confide in you. But I suppose that I have said too much. Thank you as ever for the visit. You have given me a lot to think about, more than you know. He laughs again, softly. Oh, hey guys. You know, you just missed some other customers, and I sold them some of my best stuff. Not better than the stuff I sell to you, but if you run into some other guys with good stuff, you know where they got it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. The night grows dark over the hulk of Ores, and you and your companions stand prepared at the appointed place, at the appointed time. Volfred and your fellow exiles exchange expectant looks, some with each other, some with you, though everyone is rather quiet now in one another's company. You sense a vague concern in Sir Gilman, perhaps at having to confront the fate once again. As for Bertrude, she seems very much at peace, awaiting for the stars to signal the commencement of the rite. She does not have to wait for very long. Instinctively you clutch the book of rites as the stars above take hold of everyone's attention.
Shank's 6 shoulders.
More chat, more experience.
Rita, I am still very cross with you, you know. To think I saw in you a worthy heir. Not
Wrong.
just to the legacy of the Nightwings, but to the future of the Commonwealth. That traitor Volfred. Only a fool would be seduced by his audacious promises and his dangerous ideas. That, dear reader, would make you a fool. I have no choice but to explain it thus, so even you could understand. Now for this blasted rite. Some of us still have our duties to uphold.
Greetings once again, O Nightwings. We took to heart our painful loss to you last time, yet perhaps the outcome shall be different this time. Stand ready, Alpha. Yes, Father. We shall give them our very best. Your adversaries are prepared, Reader. Who shall conduct the rites on your behalf?
Choose quickly your triumvirate. Sir Gilman.
Glorio!
Tizo. Volfred. Predictably decided.
Prepare yourself, everyone. Let us stand together now, my son. Always, Father. I am ready.
Now begin. Your adversary's Pyre is the first to falter.
First strike.
flames grow weak. The Nightwings edge closer to victory.
Eat.
Oh. Nah.
I am impressively conducted to this point, O Nightwings. Yet while our pyre still burns, we shall strive.
Thrust straight into your
What?
flames. Now then. Sublime. Your victory is at hand. I thought they had you there.
Come hither and perish.
Trap
No.
burning flame to ash. Deliverance. Unfortunate for Dalbert. And it is done.
Victory.
The Nightwings prevail yet again. Their adversaries came ever so close. Thus end this night's proceedings.
It seems that this was not to be our night, Alma. Yet praise be to the scribes for granting us the opportunity at all.
There is much to learn from this experience. Now take your sordid business someplace else.
There proves little time for a rest at the Black Wagon after your fellow exiles defeated the Fate in close contest. Those afflicted with banishment sickness seem to be doing better, at least, and express gratitude to Sir Gilman, Tizo, and Volfred for their efforts. Just then, the lone minstrel appears before you. No words escape his lips. You can guess full well what he has come to indicate to you, and you follow him back out into the darkness. The stars above seem to be few and fading, yet one still shines, defiant. You notice that the lone minstrel is standing there with you, regarding the night sky. The gate guardian and I, we have paid witness to the liberation rites upon the fall of Solium for a long time. We have seen so much. And so, I am a bit taken aback is all to see something which I have never seen. You look upon the stars together for a while, then I wish for you good fortune and the wisdom of the scribes on your ascent. The lone minstrel leaves you there alone under the night. It has grown very late and you need rest. The Black Wagon shall have to take flight again come morning. I sense my lovely reader has returned. Then how may I assist you? Nothing to say. Hello, my boy. Tizo and I, we were just reminiscing about on old times. Tizo's have Volfred back among the Nightwings once again. Thank you, Tizo. I am happy to be back among the Nightwings as well. Though, you would understand why we were forced to be apart for so long, don't you? Scrahoom! Tizo indicates he understands full well. I trust that Tariq provided some good company and song during the intervening time. Squeak! Tizo confirms he did enjoy traveling alongside the lone minstrel for some time. And there he is, right on cue. Something I can do for you, Volfred, sir? Volfred laughs warmly at this. No, Tariq, we are well enough for now. Tizo and I, we were just remembering the time we first met, all three of us. Tizo was rather apprehensive, as I recall. He was merely being circumspect, I'm sure. Tizo has the sharpest instincts of us all. But the batter he gave to you, sir, it left a permanent impression, did it not? Did indeed. I consider it a mark of friendship. May it stay with me for all my days. It is a good reminder that despite the challenges we faced together in the past, my time among the Nightwings has been extraordinary. Likewise, I can say the same, sir. Tizo shares the sentiment as well. Volfred turns to you. I should apologize, my boy. Here we are talking of a history you do not share. Believe me when I say we're skipping over many of the bad parts. What I mean is, it isn't my intention to exclude you as we wax nostalgic. The Nightwings that we are a strange assortment, are we not? Those of us who share some kinship from the past, I suppose we cannot help but seek some warmth in it, but it should not be to the exclusion of the friendships that we forge now. So please, why don't you join us for a bit? Together, you, Volfred, Tizo, and the lone minstrel talk a while about the times gone by. The three of them are pleased to be back in one another's company again, having grown close through shared experience in the past. Just the same, they have welcomed you into the group. In spite of the hardships you have faced, some of these idle moments that you share together may one day form memories you think back on with fondness. Soon the conversation winds down, though it lifted all your spirits for the while.
Are cognitaras. Jare agitensa.
Something appears different now about the sacred mountain west of here. The lands near Emperor's Ascent and Emperor's Fall appear ashen. On the other hand, the once precarious regions below, which you know as Temple High Road and Temple Cistern, seem swept clean by the elements. Volfred observes all of this alongside you. It is as though the entire downside now is well aware that soon the cycle of right shall cease to turn. The weather lately has been very much unusual, to say the least. In this case, however, it appears to have afforded us a bit of a shortcut. We should be able to make a landing closer to Scribe's Gate now. Just as well. I think all of us are feeling rather more on edge these days. A swifter journey to the summit means that we can all conserve our strength for the coming trial. You arrive once more among the fading glory of Mount Elodiel. Burned your finger? How do you do that? It appears Dalbert and the Fate have already arrived along the other route. Putting pizza in the oven? Man, I hate that. Hate that for you.
Norem Casteja. Nuberamtas.
This place where you currently reside, it must be Mount Elodiel, is it not? Islodale. This was where those blasted scribes decided what to do with me. I had already failed in my mission to eliminate the demon Solium Mur. I did not anticipate his retinue, you see. They took me and some of my Beyonders alive. Although do not expect to see account of that in their good book. Whether it was for mercy or for spite, I never became certain. They probably presumed that my expulsion for eternity would eventually have taught me some respect for them, but no, not yet. Not yet. Well, I do not mean that, really. The scribes did spare my life, and were it not for that, I would never have been thusly trapped, then to enjoy your company, O lovely reader. Now, having met my quota of blaspheming for the time, I think it best we resume the normal sort of business between us, if there is any to speak of. And good hunting at the precipice. May you soon rid the downside of some useless idiot.
Templa Agitensa.
With time to spare after having landed, you join Sir Gilman on a brief expedition to the monument of Joma Amenime. This knight now understands what he must do. His good companions, they inspire him to greater deeds. He shall prove to them that he is worthy of their friendship. Surely he can have his honor back, if they see fit. You return to the wagon once he has finished paying his respects. You have occasion once more to pursue your vocations. We're going to send our favorite knight back home to the Commonwealth. Pamitha gains a somewhat stronger grasp of how to better pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. She nods in understanding. I used to soar above the mountains with the Highwing remnants, and we would see the Commonwealth shining down on the horizon. It enraged us, the mere sight of it. I can fly free no longer, yet that anger, I don't feel it anymore. You know we can all feel your guidance when we have the orb, don't you, reader darling? It is ad time, and in the ad time I'm gonna be right back, because I need to get some tea and some food. So now is as good a time as any. Music. What? That ain't music. Twitter feed. I mean a Twitch feed. No. Changed the wrong thing. time blindness got me. I don't know how much later than 15 minutes I actually am. Sorry, folks. But we're back. Onwards to Scribe's Gate. Thanks, Inlin. Again, you stand before the Scribe's Gate, where the Gate Guardian regards you, all above an archway carved from stone. The exiles of the Night Winds, you must know by now that once the stars no longer shine, the rites will cease. For now, step forth. Except for you, Tariq. You stay right there. Greetings, Celeste. The Night Wings are prepared. And as for me, you shall not blaspheme Gate again. Do we understand each other? Celeste, I apologize for my behavior, for I shall adhere more strictly to my duty. Be sure of it. Now, each of you come forth. Please state your names and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribes. One by one, your companions cross the gate until it is your time to do so, and you follow them in turn. The Gate Guardian regards you all, then waves you through toward the summit. The 8 scribes bid the Night Wings welcome. Go forth, Lord. Am I free to accompany them, Celeste, or shall I remain here? She looks at him a while. You are free to accompany them, Tariq. As you will, Celeste. Until we meet upon the summit, then. You have returned, have you? What is it you require? Nothing, I suppose. Oh, it's you guys. Well, come on in, I guess. You got here right on time. Because I was just thinking maybe I'd close a little early here, you know? Business has been real good and everything. It's just been a little slow in spots, a little slow is all. So I was thinking maybe I should do a sale. What did he say to that? Goof. Ah, well, I guess that's maybe a way to look at things, and so then I think I am gonna think about it. Doing it for a while, but no promises, okay? So, you buying something here or what? Oh, that's powerful as fuck. God damn. Can't have it though, can't afford it. Cheapskates. Fuck you, Ron. Once more, the time has come for the liberation rite, where one among you can go free if you prevail. Freedom is likewise at stake for your adversaries, the Fate. As your companions gather under the fall, awaiting commencement of this vital rite, the lone minstrel finds you and regards you in his calm fashion. Night is falling. These moments prior to each commencement, I must admit, they give me pause, knowing so much is at stake during the trial that is to come. Tell me something, would you, reader, to ease the waiting for us both. I have traveled far and wide, even beyond these lands. However, the Commonwealth I know only through word and song. I sometimes think of what life would be like out there ensnared within this place and free to roam your country, what would you have done with all your days and years rather than striving here under the stars? Maybe I would have fought for freedom. Perhaps it was inevitable that you were to be cast into exile. You cannot abide the state of things within the Commonwealth. There is so much needing to be changed there. It seemed then that you would face a greater challenge there than even here. Wow! Wow! Wait. Wow. It sounds to be a country rather set upon its way. Wow. There you go. Of course, that is the nature and ambition of the plan of which you are a part. May your actions here help bring about the future you desire on the other side. Just then, the lone minstrel looks forth, and you see that it is time. The stars above, though faint, begin to burn.
The stars that yet remain aflame align once more over the sacred fall of Solium. 'Twas here that the 8 scribes ordained the glorious tradition in which you now participate. The glorious tradition which you and that instigator Wolfred seek to undermine. 'Tis my sincerest hope your adversaries in this liberation rite achieve instead what they desire. May the fates soon quench those flames of yours. Let us get on with the proceedings then.
Volunta lorigas.
I have food in my mouth. This is awkward. What do I get to eat? Hot dog. Junk food, baby. And I dropped sauce on my shirt. Good job, me. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared.
Regeta noxalas.
Then, anointed of the faith, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respect you have unto your adversary, the Nightwing. The bent old cur Dalbert steps forward and struggles for a moment with his mask. Greetings, good heralds. I am called Dalbert Oldheart. It is the greatest honor of my years to stand upon this sacred site, upon which the 8 first anointed these glorious proceedings. Nightwings, we are honored here to be in your presence once more. Father, they are our adversaries, not our hosts. We need not be so gentle with them. They shall do their utmost to keep you from your freedom. Dalbert, your son speaks out of turn. Control him.
My sincerest apologies for his unnecessary outburst. Alma, please. We have worked towards this opportunity, and we must make the most of it.
He puts his mask back on.
My son and I are ready to begin.
Nightwing, on whose behalf shall you conduct this liberation rite? Choose quickly. May you heed your heart in making your choice, Ring.
Parece brama.
I trust you are prepared to play the hymns with me, Tariq. Always, Elias.
Whom do you endeavor to return?
And then has some leftover Chinese food and some fries. Chinese food.
Sir Gilman.
Has this knight at last regained his honor? Let us now find out.
Who shall stand with him? Bertrude.
Then we shall do what is within our power for that one.
Volfred.
Let us prevail on this night for you, Sir Gilman, and for the good of our ailing nation.
With that out of the way,
We give thanks to have this opportunity to face you, O Nightwings. Now let us strive to our fullest capability with honor and with grace. Save your strength for the right, Father, and for the voyage home. Let this be our final battle against them.
commence.
No. No. Damn it.
Hear us now, O noble Joma, for we beseech you. Surely we cannot prevail without your aid. If ever you have heard my prayers, I beg of you, please smile upon us now.
Whether from his prayers to the scribes or simply from Dalbert's resolve, something comes over your fellow exiles here. If they are banished now, they shall not soon return. God damn it. Banishment debuff? That sucks. Yeah. Yeah. All right, 2 more good hits.
Tough luck, Nightwings.
Shit. Wow, that is a long long banishment debuff.
For now.
Nutty.
The Nightwings seem to be falling behind. Their flame
No.
has died a little.
One more hit. One more.
Once more like that, and we are finished here. Quite the close call there, no? Pathetic. Their aim was true, and thus your pyre wanes. Your pyre shall soon be ashes on the ground. And their
But it
lids
shall not.
burst. The Nightwings proved their worth. They surpassed their adversaries in the end. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences. Draw some feeling.
Alas, my son, once more it seems that I have failed you.
Father, wait. What good is freedom to us anyway if we would be apart? Sir Gilman stares at nothing in particular. You sense he is taking in what transpired and what it means for him.
So then, this night he is to be free? He is to be free? Nay, but that would mean... Why, that would mean his honor is restored. One cannot go back onto our common by any other means. This night's exile was self-wrought, his disgrace profound, that he has been atoned under the eye of the Underking and those of his noble comrades.
He begins to grow very emotional and then...
This knight loves you all! He loves you all that you would strive for him and that you join your noble quest. This knight does not feel as though he is deserving of this outcome, yet the result appears inarguable. Even now this knight is drawn into the shimmer pool. Our time grows brief. Therefore, know this, beloved friends. This knight shall ever strive on your behalf, there in the Commonwealth. Through his honor, though his honor may have been restored, his true journey only now begins. And so, good friends of the Nightwings, this knight must now bid you farewell. However, the bonds we formed together shan't be broken by mere distance, nay. Strive on, good friends, strive on.
You can still hear Sir Gilman as he vanishes into the shimmer pool.
If this lonely knight could have achieved such glory, surely can you all. For now, farewell. Farewell.
Godspeed, Sir Gilman. Perhaps the scribes are watching even now. Watching as their glorious tradition draws to a close.
The rites demand we act as of one mind, in perfect unison and harmony, and free of any doubt. I have grown more accustomed to being part of the Nightwings today.
take your execrable companions someplace else.
Oh.
He had passed from this place, along with all his eccentricity.
May his absence spur us on to greater glory. You wonder who, if anyone among you, shall be the next to go. Our plan approaches a key turning point. Let us ensure it soon comes to fruition. Not only for ourselves here, but for our companions and our loved ones in the Commonwealth. But we have little time now for reflection into this. Look yonder, reader. The stars demand we go already. Let us help them usher in the end of all this. You turn your attention to the glimmer of the stars. Their current rate of disappearance suggests that another liberation rite shall be coming very soon. %79%. Oh, one right. Oh, the next liberation. Okay. Now the stars bid you to return to the nest of Trieste, where you shall stand against the dissidents once again. Your adversary, Barker Ashpores, likely knows the cycle of rites is drawing to a close. His last remaining chance to earn the favor of the scribes and then regain his freedom likely hinges on the outcome of this next rite. The cycle of the rites is soon to end. The exiles of the downside striving to be free, your adversaries, your companions, even you yourself, are running out of time. I think that is a good point for us to call it for the day. And a raid out. Let's go find a lovely friend to say hello to this evening. Folks, I appreciate all of you hanging out with me today. I'll go live sometime in the afternoon tomorrow, once my son is back with his mom. And then we'll finish out Pyre. Let's see. Let's raid out to Fariha. She's good people. She's playing some Baldur's Gate. She's playing a Dark Urge run. It's gonna be. It's gonna be once this panel loads properly. Fuck's sake. I can't see my goddamn chat because of this panel being in the way. There you go.
Submit to the dark urge.
My page refreshed, so now I don't have my raid now button. Hold on, I'm gonna unraid and re-raid. There we go. Bye!
Did the raids end? Are you all there?